locally. Give us a call.
Well, Frank James, he's the Brooklyn subway shooting suspect who was apparently just wandering around Lower Manhattan for the past few hours, has been arrested thanks to an eagle-eyed shopkeeper after a day-long manhunt.
Missing a beat. Back to choosing any car in the aisle. Back to being the boss of you. Go national. Go like a pro.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Society Pass is a loyalty and data marketing ecosystem that operates multiple e-commerce and lifestyle platforms across key markets. And with me to explain more about what Society Pass is doing, Dennis Nguyen, the founder, chairman, and CEO. So welcome. I know you've been here ringing the opening bell when you went public, so welcome back.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So just explain to me, Society Pass, what is it that you do exactly?
So Society Pass is building the next generation digital ecosystem in Southeast Asia, as well as loyalty platform. So what we do is we've created a great technology that is able to allows debit and credit millions of transactions a day. With that technology, we're able to issue our society points, we call them society points, loyalty points, to thousands of participating merchants located throughout Southeast Asia, and hopefully millions of consumers in Southeast Asia.
So I'm a consumer, I could use it. Is it like a card, or how does it work exactly?
So it's an app embedded in your phone. We're going to launch it second quarter of this year. And so with that, then consumers such as you in Southeast Asia can go and earn and redeem points at participating merchants on the platform.
While you're buying things you normally would buy anyway, you're getting some points. So what are some of the products and services?
So we operate in 6 verticals. 4 are the B2C verticals. We have lifestyle, which encompasses fashion, beauty, home furnishings, that sort of thing. Of course, food and beverage delivery. So think of Uber Eats in Southeast Asia. And then third, of course, is a travel, Priceline.com.
Okay.
And then, of course, 4, we would be working in our digital advertising, digital media.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about you. So when did you found the company? What made you think of the idea? What brought you to this point?
So, I founded, we incorporated Society Pass in June 2018. And the whole genesis behind Society Pass was, I was sitting in a restaurant in Newport Beach, California. I believe it was November, December 2017. And next to me was this table. It was a couple. The man was ordering his next restaurant reservation on OpenTable.com.
Okay.
And then his wife was ordering buying goods on Groupon.com, and instantly said, "You know what? I'm going to build the OpenTable.com and Groupon.com of Southeast Asia
together."
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Now tell me about, you went public recently. What was that process like, and how did it change being a public company?
The process was awesome. So we hired our investment bank, Maxim Group LLC, back in late fourth quarter 2020.
Okay.
And then, of course, you go through the due diligence process, the prospectus drafting and vetting and so on and so forth. We filed our S1 in February and then went public in November. It was so fun watching the stock price go from $9 to $77 and back down.
Well, yeah, so that's fine. And I'm sure it's a lot more work to be a public company.
Absolutely.
We've got many more groups to kind of answer to, right? So.
Well, you got the auditors, you got the lawyers, you got your shareholders, and most importantly, you got the SEC.
Okay, yeah, you don't want to make the regulators mad.
You want to keep them as happy as possible.
Yeah, so tell me about each one of those groups. How do you kind of balance all of that?
So with our, the lawyers, we obviously have our own internal lawyers, and of course we have external advisors. They help us with that. We have a great finance team internally that helps us, that does all the numbers and interfaces with the auditors. And then of course I got to keep the lawyers and auditors happy and make them working by working with the regulators.
So I hear hire lawyers. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. So tell me about the women of SOPA. What is that all about?
So that's one of the things I'm very proud to say. I have 4 daughters. I'm very proud to say that for being a technology company, close to 60% of our employees are women. Okay, and then of course I'm also proud, probably more proud to be the fact that half of our executives are ladies. And so within Southeast Asia, the guys out there listening, they all know that the women run the place. And so in our company, we put the ladies in front, and they really do a wonderful job. Our COO is a woman. Our head of Vietnam is a woman. Head of Philippines is a woman. So they're really driving the business in Southeast Asia for us.
So tell me about Southeast Asia. Why that part of the world? And Singapore, Vietnam, Philippines. What all countries are you operating in right now?
Currently, we're headquartered in Singapore, but we operate in what we call the VIP countries: Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines. Why Southeast Asia? Well, Southeast Asia has 720 million people, 2.5 times the size of the United States, and only half the size of China. And by the way, over the last 20 years, has been some of the fastest growing economies in the entire world. One last thing to note, median age in Southeast Asia somewhere ranges between 26 to 32 years of age.
Oh,
median.
Interesting. Median, okay.
That number here in this country is 42. That number in Japan is 51.
Wow.
So it's a much younger demographic.
And you must have the technical infrastructure to be able to have an app like this with lots of broadband, lots of Wi-Fi.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Internet penetration in Southeast Asia is over 70%.
Okay.
A smartphone penetration in Southeast Asia is over 70%. And so you got 720 million people, young, vibrant, in fast-growing economies, connected, buying and selling stuff over the internet.
Yeah. Okay, well, fascinating to hear about SOPA, Dennis. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having us.
The workplace has changed. Companies now depend on video conferencing to meet with customers and to collaborate with remote workers. Yet this change has brought about significant new cyber risks. Hackers are now stealing personal, medical, government, and corporate data during these video conferences. The problem is existing video conferencing systems were not designed and built by a cybersecurity company until now. Safe vChat, the industry's most secure video conferencing and collaboration platform. Secure your sensitive data with Safe vChat. Visit safevchat.com today. Use coupon code BUYNOW and save an additional 15%.
Glint has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glint's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
PetVivo has a unique tool to treat dogs, horses, and cats suffering from osteoarthritis. And with me is CEO John Lai to bring us up to date on what PetVivo is doing. And I know last time we talked, a few months ago, you were doing a lot of hiring. How is that going?
It's going really well. We talked about hiring 3 and then 5 follow along, and so we hired a regional sales manager for the Midwest West region from Iowa, Nebraska West, and then another one for Midwest East from Illinois going east.
Okay. Yeah.
And also we hired a regional sales manager covering the Southeast United States, Florida, Georgia, and so on. So we're starting to get good coverage in the area, and these are all very seasoned people. I think the least amount of experience in the veterinary sales, she has 25 years.
Oh, wow.
The other guys are 30 years. They have been national sales directors of other companies in the space and been responsible for hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in sales in the space.
So let's back up for a second and just tell me a little bit about, we talked about your technology several times, but maybe this is the first time some people have seen it. So explain the spring technology, what animals it's for, and all that.
So we developed a protein particle matrix, which is patented and trademarked, and the name is Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The uniqueness of the technology is we can treat osteoarthritis, joint afflictions, as well as for rehab. We're finding that the rehab time is significantly shorter. So the product is delivered through an intra-articular injection into the joint. Once it's injected into the joint, it starts to form a matrix, and it forms a scaffolding. And it mimics the cartilage that used to be there. So it's a purely mechanical function. It's a veterinary device. But from that standpoint, we found that it lasts at least a year, which is unique in its sense, and it's addressing the problem of what's causing osteoarthritis and other joint afflictions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you go to a lot of conferences and promote the product. Tell me about where you've been lately, how has it been received?
The product has been received very well. And it's principally, a lot of it is due to veterinary doctors talking within the veterinary network. There's various networks that vets ask questions to each other, and we're seeing a lot of our cases showing up there, and it's leading to vet clinics or veterinarian doctors just calling in to find out about the product, and then they end up ordering it, they try it out, and it's a great conversion ratio we're having.
The good old word of mouth marketing.
Well, that's always the best marketing.
It is.
You know, a referral from a friend. The adoption rate is so much higher. So every week we're at a different conference for the veterinary space. Principally, we're focused right now more on the low-hanging fruit, which is the equine side. And from that standpoint is these vets see the horses pretty rapidly, I mean pretty often. They do the injection, the horse goes out and does a rodeo. It comes back in, the vet says, oh wow, this is really holding up. We don't have to do anything to take the stress or pain off the horse. So they end up adopting the product. And the owners love it because it's providing great comfort for the animal, as well as it's a major cost savings because they don't have to tap the joints to drain fluid if there's issues. And we're finding out it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, and it's for horses, cats, and dogs.
Horses and dogs. Cats will be coming later.
Okay, got it. And then there's some clinical studies going on as well?
Actually, there are studies because we don't need the FDA. We're already cleared through them from the veterinary standpoint. So these studies are helping our salespeople from a marketing standpoint because we know the product works. We see how the product outperforms many of the other therapies out there. So we just have to prove it, you know, and that's where really rapid adoption will occur. And it's posted up on our website, springhealth.com.
So that'll give you the data to show to somebody. On the
equine side, they're much easier to adopt because they see the results right away. And it's a much tighter community than the canine.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then what is PetVivo Cares?
So next week, we're launching a nonprofit called PetVivoCares.org. The mission is to donate to other nonprofit organizations to improve the quality of life of the pet. So, you know, target sort of like military dogs, military horses, police dogs, police horses, humane societies. You know, we want to create a better life for the animals and the owners. You know, one classic example is we donated some syringes to a service dog, and the service dog did extremely well. Too well, actually. It jumped the fence. And it was so it became an issue for the owner. The owner goes, now I got to be careful about the dog running like it never could before.
Right.
You know,
the dog was probably loving that.
I know. It's some of the side effects.
To protect your hard and savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to glentpay.com or download Glent from your favorite app store.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
The workplace has changed. Companies now depend on video conferencing to meet with customers and to collaborate with remote workers. Yet this change has brought about significant new cyber risks. Hackers are now stealing personal, medical, government, and corporate data during these video conferences. The problem is existing video conferencing systems were not designed and built by a cybersecurity company until now. Safe vChat, the industry's most secure video conferencing and collaboration platform. Secure your sensitive data with Safe vChat. Visit safevchat.com today. Use coupon code BUYNOW and save an additional 15%.
Clones in-house can severely drain both quality and costs for cannabis and hemp businesses. PharmaGreen Biotech is the key to growing high-quality plantlets. PharmaGreen services includes premium tissue cultured starter plantlets and live preservation of any plant species. Grow into the future of optimized plant growth with PharmaGreen. See our update at update.pharmagreen.ca.
Welcome, everybody. This is New to the Street, your weekly hack with Elaine Guy. Elaine's with GlobeX Data, the leader in SWISF hosted.
So what happened is in the big tech world where everything is integrated and with the data manual, obviously that's the big problem. These companies are trillion-dollar companies and they don't have a vetting process strong enough, obviously, because hackers got their entire user base. They don't have a vetting process strong enough before they hand over. You need to be a SWISF judge to do that, because we are only hosted in Switzerland and we don't use third-party hosting such as big tech, so we're not subject to the Cloud Act. So it would take basically somebody like you to commit a federal crime, a penal crime in Switzerland. Short of killing someone, there's very few penal crimes out there that you could do according to the federal code. And then essentially a federal judge from Switzerland would come to us, then we verify and we notify you you that you're being investigated. So there's a long vetting process. Whereas here, when they're so used to handing over data with subpoenas, for example, or selling data to other big tech companies, there's not a big vetting process. And these companies are quite big. So what happened is essentially hackers were posing as authorities, police authorities. For some reason, they wanted the data. This was handed to them by Apple and Meta, which is Facebook. Meta sounds like a really cool, crisp name, but it's no different. It's basically the old Facebook and WhatsApp at the end of the day. And that whole data was handed over to hackers. And of course, that can be exploited, and we're all victims of that.
Exactly. And, you know, I just got an email from my CPA with all of my tax information.
Oh, man.
How can we tell us some process about secure mail, about how we can start implementing it now to make sure our data is secure in the future?
So it's tax season in the US, so consumers and businesses. So we just launched our business product, by the way, and also we just launched our secure mail only. So if you go to SEKUR.com, SEKUR.com, and you go to, you can choose a messenger, the email, or the secure package. If you're a business, you hover to the business section. Essentially, the way to do it, if I was your accountant, of course I have to know about us, but that will come. They would basically send you a secure send email using the secure platform. And that basically guarantees that only you are going to get that email. They can password protect it. They can decide how many times you can read it. They can also have a self-destruct timer and X amount of hours, days, etc. And then you get, let's say, information from them. They can upload all the attachments. And then at the end of the day, you can also use secure reply. So even if you don't have secure as a recipient, you can use a secure reply and you're both protected. To use secure mail, to use secure send feature, you need to go to our webmail. If you configure your email on your device, it doesn't have the secure send. However, our new application, our email application coming up at the end of May, will have all those bells and whistles at the fingertip in a downloadable app, which we're working on. There's a beta mode right now, but I don't recommend people to use a beta mode right now because the features are not all there. So it is doable. And we plan actually to do a massive launch for businesses in June so that they know that they can protect themselves and their client from these kind of attacks and also keep things private.
That's great that all these features are coming up so quickly, May and June. Well, we look forward to these updates. And as always, thank you for the weekly hack, always learning how to keep our data private and secure. Thank you again for joining us on New to the Street, Elaine.
Thanks, Anna. Pleasure to be here.
Glent has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glent's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to glentpay.com or download Glent from your favorite app store.
Aptitude claims it is the first escrow marketplace on the Binance Smart Chain. And with me is Cody Tannerell-Love, the CEO and lead developer on the project. Also, you have Cooper O'Sullivan, who is the Chief Marketing Officer for Aptitude. So let's get into this, Cody. Tell me, what is Aptitude? What is the company all about?
So Aptitude is a hyper-deflationary cryptocurrency built on the Binance Smart Chain. We'll be revolutionizing the way that cryptocurrency is used in the e-commerce industry. We'll be doing this with a sophisticated escrow service that's being built into an online marketplace. Essentially, that will facilitate the secure purchase of goods and services using cryptocurrency. Alongside this, we've also partnered with a Steam-powered first-person shooter, The Last Game Standing, that is currently playable in closed pre-alpha.
Okay, so how does the token, the marketplace, the game all fit together?
Well, the marketplace and the escrow service complement Aptitude as external revenue streams. A percentage of the revenue generated from the escrow marketplace and the last game standing will be used to buy back and burn the token. And when I say buyback and burn, burning in crypto means permanently removing a number of the tokens from circulation, which will constantly raise the price floor.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And tell me about the target group. Who is the target in the marketplace?
Our marketplace is target launch for the people who already are in the cryptocurrencies in some way and who want to have some real life use for their investments. And as for the vendors, it's targeted to pretty wide audience of private sellers and companies, for the sellers and companies who are already working in the crypto space some way, but they don't have place to sell their products or services. So there's a lot of people that are selling different kinds of services who just don't have any marketplace to show what they got, and we're tapping into that market. And as for the companies, it's basically for every company that are interested having a crypto payment option for them, but they don't have any yet. But we can offer them a marketplace for that and the payment option. So it's a win-win situation.
Mm-hmm. So Cody, tell me about how do you make sure the marketplace is safe for everybody? Are there any limitations to it?
Well, for the safety, we've created a multi-step system that essentially holds the goods and the payment in escrow until they can be verified and confirmed. With limitations, of course, as with anything, there is limitations. So the major ones would be, as a seller, you can only sell about $1,000 per transaction at the moment, unless you complete further KYC verifications and provide some documents to us.
Mm-hmm. And what are the plans to grow the token services in the future?
Well, for now, we are just having a steady organic growth with our minimal marketing. But we are in negotiations with different companies and instances for collaborations, which will be revealed after we have successfully launched our token and our marketplace. And our token is, of course, already launched. But after that, we'll be starting our marketing with full steam. And we are also expanding from digital products to selling physical goods pretty soon after we have launched. For now, people can buy a token in PancakeSwap, but we are expanding that. We are in talks with several different crypto exchanges for listings. And with that, our token should be available easily with a larger number of people.
Okay. Well, thank you. I look forward to getting updates with this as you list on more exchanges and start to come up with new products as well.
He's got the answers.
Show me a problem, and I'm going to show you a way out of it.
He's telling it straight.
I believe that a thriving America leads the way to a happier America.
He's ready to make a difference for your money.
It's a red-hot economy, folks.
He's Kudlow, only on Fox Business.
When Mom started wandering at night, she needed 24/7 supervision. It was clearly taking a toll on Dad. So we called a place for Mom. Our advisor really understood our needs, guiding us through the process to find the best memory care community close to home. Mom is now in the perfect place, and Dad and I can now go back to being her loving husband and daughter again, instead of her caregivers.
Our service comes at no cost to your family. Connect with us today.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening.
I saw them everywhere. They had saver's remorse. And so did I. I made a quick decision on auto, home, and life insurance, but was the coverage okay? Would that company come through when I really needed them? Then I found Amica.
Avoid saver's remorse when you discover Amica. We're owned by our customers, not investors, so we focus on your best interests. That's why Amica was named one of America's best insurance companies by Forbes. This is auto, home, and life insurance you can feel confident about. Call for a quote.
The recipient this time is Bob Blumenstock,
Stephen Fanter,
David Smith,
Denise Renfrew,
Jack Lyon,
Bruce Autry.
When I heard that I was getting solar, didn't think it was real.
I was on cloud 9. I called them to tell them that they were the ones that had been chosen. What we're going to do for you